going on YouTube? Today I want to discuss getting a patent. Now, I'm not a legal expert and I'm not giving you legal advice. I highly recommend you seek out a patent attorney, but this is just my personal or how I personally do things in my day-to-day life. So this is just me sharing my story with you. So when it comes to getting a patent, this can be a tricky subject to discuss because there's a lot of varying opinions. So I'm going to tell you how I personally do things or how I think things can come through that maybe help you navigate your path. So we all know patents are super expensive. We all know it can be quite difficult to navigate all the legal hurdles to finally get a patent approved. And you see a lot of patents, I think it's 95% of patents never go on to generate any monetary or any amount of money. So a lot of people will waste money getting something patented. They don't know if the product actually takes off or not. So I kind of have a two-tier system myself. And what I do with my two-tier system is, let's say I have two products. I ask myself if one product that I want to get patent is so beyond revolutionary that I know it's a high probability that it's going to get stolen or someone's going to come along, copycats, and try to take it from out under me or, build it up, that I need that legal protection without a shadow of a doubt, then I will go and get that particular product patented. Now, if it's a simple product I'm not really passionate about, I just came up with it, let's say any one of the products on my YouTube channel that I just throw out for everyone to have, or just something that's not super complex, well, I asked myself, how revolutionary is it? How strong will the patent be to protect that particular product? And then, I determine whether it's really necessary to patent it or not, or if I can just take it to market and not really worry about it now. If someone else can come along and try to get it patented, but, there's varying challenges to that. So basically, when you're patenting something, you have to determine the value, determine if it's truly revolutionary, something that you've never seen before, and that without a shadow of a doubt it has amazing value, and you really need to protect it, because no matter what you invent, it's gonna get stolen. That's just the nature of the business. There's a lot of thieves, unfortunately. There's not much you can do. So I would say it's really important for you to determine the value of your product. Now, like I said, make sure to contact a patent attorney, because this ain't legal advice. This is just my personal observation. But, like, for example, a lot of the medical inventions I've come up with, which is kind of a cross between cybernetics and stuff like that, I determined that those particular inventions I've come up with are so valuable that I had to patent them. Now, I've learned to kind of some of the basics of how to write patents and how to navigate the legal hurdles, but that is very tricky. I don't recommend you do it unless you have extensive legal knowledge or, study the legal field to do that. So basically, the way you can look at a product, because I see a lot of people that are afraid to bring their product to market because they're worried about it getting stolen, is you have to think about it this way. Let's take a company like Marvel, for example. Now, let's say you see Marvel's a multi-billion-dollar company. Let's say a guy somewhere off in, I don't know, some random state, middle of nowhere, is selling t-shirts of Spider-Man, and he's making $20 here, $20 there. Do you think all of Marvel is going to shut their whole entire company down to prevent a guy from stealing their shirts? No. If anything, now here you will need your legal protections, but if anything, they'll send a cease and desist or outperform the guy, but they're not going to shut the whole company down because one random guy stole one of their products. Now, obviously, that's trademarks and not patents, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. So you have to determine, how much you're going to let fear prevent you from bringing your product to market, but also just make sure you're doing what's right for you in terms of protecting your product. You know, you don't want to let you don't if it's truly something you know without a shadow of a doubt has never been seen before, get it patented hands down. If it's something you're not too passionate about but you think it could sell well, I recommend you consult with a legal expert. But you know, you can debate whether you want to lean towards do you really want to spend that large amount of money, $10,000-$20,000, or do you want to just, you know, take your shot at it. What you can do is get you a provisional patent though, which is a lot cheaper, and it gives you protection for a year to file your actual patent while you attempt to bring it to market. So if you get a provisional patent, then that way, you know, you've got a window of 12 months before you have to actually file for your regular patent. So, you know, while that it gives you a buffer zone, but it's not legal protection. It's just a window of, you know, you file first, so you have the priority over anyone that comes along and tries to file your patent. So that's the advice I just wanted to give you to kind of help you understand, you know, because I know patents can be expensive, and a lot of people I see are held back because they're worried about others stealing. And like I said, unfortunately, everyone's a thief in this type of business, so things will get stolen. It's going to happen. Even if you get a patent, stuff is going to get stolen. It's really all about if you really want to pursue them in court, or, you know, have your legal protections to send cease and desist, or have their company shut down, or whatever the case. But that's just what I'm sharing with you on how you can potentially make your own personal decisions on whether you want to get something patented, or you don't want to wait to the end of time to finally bring a product to market where it's no longer relevant anyway. And so this is just information I'm hoping that can help you in the long term. So hope it helps. Thank you.